PowerPoint is out there, and all the kids in the catechist, they have access to this PowerPoint we created since last year, matter of fact. And little by little, we work on this. One of my catechists, Veronica Alvarez, she is in charge of the service hours. Unfortunately, she got surgery twice in this year. It was kind of difficult. Plus, she lost. It was difficult for her, but she's getting better, recuperating, and she's gonna take over and continue guiding us into this process. Remember that all the kids they have a sheet that they need to turn it in towards the end, so they can need to keep track of the service hours as well, and they need to fill it out that service hours tracker form. So according to the diocese, all the kids are required to complete service 40 service hours. Why is this? Because we as a church, our church should be distinguished about the service, right? So in order to be a full Catholic, an essential element to be a Catholic is serving one another. So that's why we promote the service in our community. Now, because of COVID, we have a bunch of online service projects, and obviously, with the permission of the priest, he allows us. Last year it was difficult, so we say as long as they complete 20 hours for this year, they're gonna be okay. And to be honest, we only have two kids that they complete the hours from last year. So all of the kids they have a remaining balance. So no, the hours they don't roll over. Technically, all the kids they need to complete 20 hours this year, and I think it's really doable. Last year I totally understand it was difficult, but now this year, well, this should be a little bit easier, right? Everybody knows about COVID now. It's not a surprise, and when they registered, they knew what it was expected. And if you don't remember, at the beginning of the year, this information it was provided, and you sign for it, and your kids sign for it. So this is not new, right? So some of the online service project that we make available because we know that COVID is difficult. We have Catechist 8. It's funny, none of the kids sign up for this. We only have one kiddo attending as a Catechist 8, and one Sunday they have communion, the other Sunday they have confirmation. So when they have confirmation, they need to attend their class, but the other Sunday they can assist some of the catechists. And we have, in a few classes, we have students. They still can sign up for this. So what is expected? The kids, they can join at 9:30 to 12. So there's good hours right there, easy peasy. We have, like I said, some office aid, and some of the families, they are doing some hours in here, but also online. I give them some assignments, they come online, and they turn it into me. We also offer some tech team, and none of the kids join this, but some of the projects that we have available as well. We also have a social, let's say, social media team. I assist Father Salino in the 1:30 Mass to live stream, to set up the cameras and all that. So definitely, if there's the other day, one of the kiddos helped me out to set up, and it's complicated. It requires a lot of work. A lot of the families that are doing the vecino, and we want to have one more for the migrants. We're still working on that, but that's coming soon. That's also going to be with Veronica Rayas, and we're coordinating that with the diocese, the parish, and coming soon, we're going to be working on this for the migrants. The vecino, every time that they do a drop, it's usually 3 or 4 houses or despensas. It's going to be 1 hour. So technically, it's 1 hour. It usually takes less than 45 minutes. We are running the time, and we're given 1 hour. The mission in Africa, you can see the video right there. And as they were collecting money and prayers for the sisters. One of the sisters got sick, not from COVID, from malaria. One of the nuns that I know, she's the mother regional, and it was sent back home to recover. And she gave me some aprons and some wallets that they made, handmade from the nuns and handmade from some of the ladies that are in jail. And we want to have a kind of like a sale or a silent action. So we collect some money for them. They tell me some stories that is kind of close to my heart. They're using plastic bags and plastic stuff in order to use the face shields and face masks. They don't have the money uh, to have face masks, so it's difficult the situation there, and they are begging for help. And we want to open that as a new service project. Uh, and I have some pictures of the aprons.
I, the Lord of sea and sky, I have heard my people cry, all who dwell in dark and
Who are we? We are the servants of the Sacred Heart of Jesus and of the poor. We were born in Puebla, Mexico. Our founder, Saint Jose Maria de Yermo y Parres, was canonized by our late, now Popes, Saint John Paul II, on May 20. We have already some time to work in the mission of Kenya. What are we doing? In Kenya, we have 2 secondary schools and boarding as well. We want to educate Christian women who will build a just and fraternal society. All our education project to the future because in our schools. Our goal is to prepare our students for life. That's why it should be solid and up-to-date. The evangelization and human promotion of the poor is the reason of being of our congregation. We also work in dispensary as her specific way of following Christ as a suffering servant. Another kind of apostolate is to work in the parishes. Catechesis, youth group, and vocations. We are grateful to God. We got already 15 Kenyan sisters are already working in the fields. We still continue to spread the charism of Father Yermo through seminars in order to get more young ladies to follow Jesus. The process of formation is aspirancy, postulancy, and novitiate.
yo te seguiré, en mi corazón a tu pueblo guardaré. I, the Lord of wind and
The goal of this video is to inform you about our joys and struggles to carry on our mission in Kenya. We trust in God's providence and thank you for your great help. May God bless you.
I will provide till their hearts be satisfied. I will give my life to them. Whom shall I say? Lord, here I am.
One day I'll come to visit you and see you.
I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord.
One of my catechists, it was doing this drive in her school, and when she was telling me about it, it sounds so fantastic that I asked her if we can participate on it. And she said yes. I coordinate this with Father Salino. So March 27 in the morning from 9 to 11, we have the food distribution, the food pantry here in the church. As soon as we finish that, we want to have the food drive. So we're probably going to use the same Knights of Columbus to help us out. We're going to have a big bin, and super important. It's going to be kind of like the toy drive. It's super important to have the name of the kid, the name of the catechist, and something. Obviously, they need to include the San Rafael Parish and something beautiful for the elderly. It's kind of like the wrapping, the donation, and this person, they are so lonely. So we also would like to include something like, we're praying for you, we love you, you're not alone, we're praying. So, and that's gonna work 3 hours. 3 pairs of socks equals 3 service hours. 6 pair of socks equals 3 service hours. 9 pair of socks equals 3 service hours. All right, it's just kind of like the rosaries, and the toy drive. It's because we want the kids doing different service projects, and sometimes it's difficult for me to coordinate this because it seems that we're buying hours, and it's not the case. So I'm preaching, teaching, and service. Uh, Also on Palm Sunday, the same day is Palm Sunday next week. Usually we fix the palms that are gonna be utilized for mass. So we're gonna have different projects that day. We're gonna have the socks drive. We're gonna have fixing the palms. That's gonna happen in the hall. So we're gonna have the round tables, and we're gonna have one table per kid. Always, obviously, it's gonna be social distance, and they're gonna help us out to fix and get the palms ready for Palm Sunday. And also, we want to take advantage and get ready the candles for Easter Vigil. It won't be too many because we only allow 25%. So technically, it only gonna be a few candles, and we need to put the cup. So that's time consuming, and we will use a couple of kits also for this. So this is an in-person activity, and we're talking about 25 kits. The sale that's gonna happen on May the 1st. That's probably going to be our last service project on May the 1st. That's Saturday that you're going to be dropping the love letters. We're going to have this sale here in the Office of Religious Formation. More or less, the items are about $20, and 100% of the profit, it will go to the nuns in Africa. And like I said, this is handmade by the nuns and some of the ladies in jail. If you watch the video, you will have full explanation of how this works. Beautiful, beautiful, the work and the efforts of these nuns, the servants. They are from here, from El Paso, and they are doing their ministerial work in Africa, more especially in Kenya. We have the Luminarias. We will continue with the pen pal that worked 5 hours, and they need to deliver around 25 letters to the different home retirement homes, and it needs to be handwritten, because if they just copy paste, print 25, right? No, it needs to be handwritten, and they need to specify that it's from San Rafael Church Confirmation Program and the name of the kid. That works 5 hours, 25 letters, handwritten. We're still allowing this with the essential workers some goodie bags. It needs to be appropriate, and also it works 5 hours. Super important. It needs to include as well the name of the parish, the name of the kiddo, and it works 5 hours. You need to keep track of this, and you need to say proof to the catechist. The catechist is the ones, each of the catechists, they're keeping track of the hours of their own kids. Okay. We still praying the rosary, as you notice. We posted on Facebook, and we also send them in the group chat. And the kids are praying for the needs of the program. That's something beautiful. As a matter of fact, now we have two classes doing it. The kids that they are making the rosaries, they are also praying the rosaries. Let's talk about the rosary making. That program, we're extending a little bit. Now we are buying the material. Well, technically, you as a family, you are buying the material. The material costs $5. We get bags for, I will say, 30 rosaries. The kids, they need to turn it in 26, because we gave one as a sample, or we provide one sample. They need to make 25, and they can keep the rest. It costs, we figure it out, like $5. We provide all the material, and as the 25 rosaries is equal 5 hours. 1 more hour if they provide the material, and 1 extra hour if they pray the rosary. And every time that they pray the rosaries, it was either with Mr. Villegas, confirmation one, or with Ana Mariscal, confirmation two, while providing hours. All right. We also have a TikTok. One of the priests helped me out, and we have the first TikTok. And it's funny because a lot of the kids they were making TikToks anyway. But now we're trying to evangelize through social media, and now we have a social media ministry that I'm part of it. So if somebody is interested in something like that, talk to me, and that works a lot of hours because that takes more time. We also talking about social media. We also have the and I send the invitation. The and usually we have a lot of kids. The passion play. We will have the passion playing online. All the kids that already sign up, they have been rehearsing, and that's gonna be online. And that will be kind of part of that social media ministry that we have. We also with Veronica, we have a podcast. It's really simple, right? The idea is let the kids talks about God, but at the same level of the kids. Who is going to be watching this? The same confirmation kids, right? So the idea is they do a kind of research on one topic, and they present that topic in that podcast. And who is going to watch it? The same confirmation kids, right? We also have this project, it's the Life of the Saints. That's assigned every year. They need to do a research, and we never gave hours. Now what is changing is they need to present that. There's three different ways to present that research. Well, first they need to do the research. Second, they need to create a PowerPoint presentation. They need to send that to the catechist. Once they have PowerPoint or that material is approved, they can create a PowerPoint, a Prezi, a video, a TikTok, etc. Or they can present that in their own class, or they can present in one of the communion classes. But they need to present it, or they also can make a YouTube video. We have a sample here, and this is a voiceover, just like I'm doing right now. They don't even the kid. They don't have to be in the camera, as long as they have a PowerPoint presentation and we're seeing the slides, and they have the voiceover, probably reading from what they did with the research. It will be more than enough. We already talked about the rosary, so I'm gonna skip this. I already talked about the passion play. That was with Nathan, and in my understanding, we already have all the kids, but that's gonna work a lot of hours. And sorry for saying like this. This year, I didn't extend the invitation to the confirmation one because right now we have the need for the confirmation two to finish those 20 hours at least, and it's possible. I have one girl that is over 200 hours in this year. And coming soon, we wanna live stream the 5:30 mass, the youth mass, and we wanna need usher, lectors, choir, cameraman for the live stream staff. That's gonna happen coming soon with Nathan Estelle as well. Once this is on, I will be sending that information. I don't know if it's gonna be for the time of your kids. Hopefully they finish the hours before. Like I said, we will have more ideas and more projects. And if you have any concern, you can email Veronica Alvarez to Sunrifles Online Service at gmail.com, and also keep track of your service hours. All right. Outside service projects is a maximum of 16 hours. As a matter of fact, it's 8 hours. It's 8 hours per year. Total of 16, but in this particular case, it's going to be 8. If it's another church, and that was one of the questions in the parents, if it's another Catholic church, we consider that inside of the church. It's only outside when it's a non-profit organization. And we have 2 students doing this, assisting grandparents. Some of the grandparents, it's difficult for them to run errands and stuff. So if they do something for them and they present proof, and it not necessarily need to be their grandparents, we can provide some service hours. Give me 1 second. I want to show you.
Right.
So all the kids, they have in their Google Class, they have this form. This is a very famous service hours tracker form. A newsletter. I can send you this, so you can have it, which I already did. It's in our website and it's in the Google Class. So each of the kids, just like in school, this is not new. This is just like in school. They need to keep track of their own service hours. This it need to be turned in to their catechist. The catechist is the one that keep track of the service hours. All right. So super important. Help us out with this. Usually we require a signature, but since the some of the services are online, the catechist technically give assure that the kids take care of this. And some of the questions that I have is for the African project, we can send some face masks. It's really difficult. Even the deposit of the money is so difficult. I don't know if you remember, but a couple of years ago, we used to have a priest from Africa, and he used to send money to their family, and it's kind of even complicated that situation. And no, I try, and it's virtually impossible. We tried, and it didn't work for us. The easiest way is to send the money, and the sisters can figure it out because they have a house of formation in Kenya, but from Kenya they travel to the different tribes. And it's so funny because one of the nuns, she sent me pictures riding a motorcycle. Like, sister, are you riding a motorcycle? And like, yes, there's no other way of transportation. And it's incredible to see the nuns, and they take selfies, and sometimes in the background you can see, I don't know, the giraffe, and I mean, they are in the jungle doing their ministry. It's a beautiful project, and I really would like to assist them. And I've been trying, and we think that definitely they need two things: our economic support, but also the prayers, and that's one of the forms that we provide at the beginning. Yes, it's $5 the rosary kits. So Natal
Disculpe,
still needs a few virtual actors for the Passion Play on Thursday. I don't know if that's a question or an answer, but I think here I have all the people. If not, still call him. No le hace. What I talked to him, I say, even if you already have all your main roles, he will be. That's what we want. We want to help you and help your kids. So maybe they can be crowd or something like that. Just contact him. They have we send already that information, even though that probably they already have the main characters. My suggestion is keep insisting on the kids. The kids, they love that activity, and maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to join. I don't think that is too late. Yes, we still can do rosaries. I don't know why the families they like so much that project. So it was one family donating all the material, and it was too much. It was kind of out of hands. So we decided to buy the material to extend it to all the confirmation kits. Right now, since we ordered some more material, I'm still waiting in some of the bits. But yes, it will be for everyone. Just remember, if they do 25, equal 5 hours. If they do 40, equals 5 hours. If they buy the material kits, it's $5, 1 more hour. If they pray the rosary, 1 extra hour. So it's gonna be total of 7 hours for the rosary making. And the kids like it. They say that they are tired to be in the screen. So doing the rosaries, they like that. You can pick up the materials on Tuesdays and Sundays from Tuesdays from 2 to 5 and Sundays from 8 in the morning to 1 p.m. Right now, I'm not too sure if I ran out of material. It was a lot of people picking up. I have material, but I haven't back. And that's some of the service projects that I have. Some of the kids, they help me out and they back all the material because they take time counting the beats and all that. And no, the donation for the face mask, we tried already and didn't work out. They never received it. We sent a batch. No, it didn't work out. So my suggestion is that's why we want to do kind of like a fundraise activity. It will be so much easier to donate the money, send them the money, we will write a check from the church. I will collect. I will give receipts. We will deposit into the bank account of the Catholic of the church, and then we will extend one check from the parish to the nuns. So very clear. And the donations, it will be either the day of the um, next Saturday for the socks drive, or in May the 1st. And we want to have that sale. How many bags for the essential workers equals for 5 hours? It depends. It depends. Some of the catechists, they did it as a group project. Some of them, they send pizzas to the ERs, or it was kind of easy for me, sorry. It was kind of easy for me, that project, because my wife, she works in a hospital. So it was kind of easy for me to have access to a lot of, so it depends. We ask for a basket, and it depends on your generosity and stuff. We are not exactly counting how many bags with stuff. They called me and they asked me to create two baskets for the engineering department, because they work for 1 or 2 weeks, day and night, making more room for the COVID patients, because they need a special airflow in the rooms. And we did two baskets, and I did it with my family, and it was really easy. I buy a bunch of candies, and we bag it and everything, and it was really fun. So it doesn't take a lot of time, and it's really easy. And they pick them up in here, if I remember correctly. So it depends of you. Can we give goodie bag to school teachers? Maybe if there's the San Rafael teachers, perhaps, or some of the Catholic Church, because the Catholic Church, they are in person right now. A lot of the teachers, they are still at home. And yes, on Tuesdays is from 2 to 5 to pick up the material. Or if you
Can
want to
someone
drop
ask Ruby on the
the
chat
love letters and stuff, you can do it.
if who do we call for the balance if we go on a balance for the confirmation payment? I sent the question in twice and it hasn't been
The
answered.
confirmation one retreat, we already sent that information. It's in the remind. If you check right there, but I can give you that information for the confirmation one, and I will do it again. It's important, especially the parents that for one or other reason they couldn't attend. And we have one kid attending the bilingual retreat, and it was in the English program, and he attended. He make it up with the bilingual. So this is for this March. This is the calendar so far. I will be sending the rest of the calendar of the year. So we're gonna have kind of like a big break of classes, because we would like for the whole family to participate in some activities that you're gonna be receiving. We're asking, it's something beautiful. We did it last year. Some of the families, they won't participate in mass, but at least we asking to decorate the main doors. So for Palm Sunday, some palms in the main entrance, or a Holy Thursday, a heart, a Good Friday, something like this. And we did it last year, and the families, they send us pictures, or some others, they did it in their home altars, and it was beautiful. And they sent us the pictures. It was beautiful. In the confirmation one makeup retreat, in this case for confirmation 2, it's going to be Saturday, April 24 from 9 to 12, and Sunday, April 25 from 9 to 12, and they need to attend both days. And here is all the information about the rosary making and the service hours opportunity for this, when they need to pray. And remember, April 25 is the due date for everything: the bishop letter, the Father Celino letter, the saint report, the service hours, everything. April the 20th, 25, game over. Everything is done.
I couldn't quite hear you. Could you please?
And Also, I include the bulletin of the church. If you have questions that what is going on in the church, I'm also including it in the newsletters, and I'm emailing this. And I don't know, I noticed this year especially, a lot of the emails bounce. So please help me out. If you don't receive emails from me, there's something wrong with the emails. And usually I send at least one email every 2 weeks. I'm very often sending emails. So if you don't receive an email from me, we highly recommend the remind is easier and better, because we have our cell phones in the top of in the tip of our fingers. So we highly recommend that. And please, please, very, very careful if you are celebrating La Coneja. Please keep your social distance, and we're going to have some instructions to celebrate Easter at home. Something beautiful for the houses. If we can make another goodie bag for a catechist, I haven't think about it, but maybe we can. I really like this idea, and thank you for that. Why we don't make a goodie bag for a catechist? It's been so hard for the catechists, and a lot of them they spend a lot of money because some of them they didn't have good internet at home, or cameras, or microphones, and they buy a bunch of equipment to make it possible. So before we step or we go that route, I think it will be a good idea to make some goodie bags, some crosses, some beautiful stuff, and we can put it together for our catechists first, and we can give that at the day of the confirmation as a class. They can give that to the catechist, and I can give you hours for that. And yes, let's do the goodie bags for the catechist. So one of the kids can spend something like they can buy a religious stuff. Let's make it no more than $10, and that will be equalified hours. And I can buy some baskets, and I will place all the goodie bags in the baskets, and we can donate that or give to the catechist the day of the confirmation. I love that idea.
I have a question.
Uh, that will be directly to me, so the catechists they don't know about this.
I have a question. Can we do like a gift?
How many catechists? It will be the catechist of your kid. So whoever is the catechist, we will give that to the catechist. That yes, it can be a gift card. Why not? And just make sure that we have the name of the kid and the name of the catechist, so I can start fixing those baskets. So the day of the confirmation, we can give it to them. And I think that's a very great idea. I love the idea, and they deserve it. Believe me, they have been working like day and night, and and I love the idea. That's great. Well, they're gonna need it anyway for the school. I keep telling the kids and the parents, double dipping. If they do the hours here, we can write a letter towards the end for the school. And this is really, really important. There's a girl, she got confirmed like 3 years ago, and now she's asking the letter, and we're struggling to find the hours. So as soon as we finish the school year, if you need a letter, request it so we can send the service hours, and they can keep track of their service hours, right? Yeah,
Yes.
take advantage, and we will be more than happy to assist with the hours, and they can use the hours for the confirmation and as well for the school.
Okay. So I can start, because since she's been doing this forever, you want me to just do it for this year or for as long as she's been doing it?
Yes, and we have two girls also doing choir and stuff like that, and they are over 300 hours. And obviously, we want to give them those hours. But when the school counselor receive a letter with 300 hours, they are very suspicious. So what I do, I send letters every year, so they don't receive a letter with 400 hours. Like, see, they don't believe it. But when we send a letter every year, it's more doable.
Okay. Thank you.
How many hours do the kids get for the African donations? Technically, all the big projects is 5 hours. So more or less what we're doing. And for the sale, we don't know, because that's going to exceed a little bit more of the money that we were thinking. So I will be sending a new newsletter with that information, and I'm going to try as much as possible to have the information for the migrants. And if we have more in-person activities, I will send it to your way because kids are kids, right? They procrastinate once it's almost the end is when they start hurrying up about the service hours, right? And I know that now some of the kids they have 0 hours and they are really concerned about doing anything, right?
Guillermo, can we turn in the catechist little goodie bag the day that we turn in the love letters?
Absolutely, yes. I think that's the best day for that. Yes. Just make sure that we have the name of the student and the catechist, so I don't make confused and I don't confuse myself and I put in another some baskets for them. I forgot the name in English.
Guillermo,
Okay.
¿dónde se recogen los tickets y cuándo para la misa de la confirmación?
De eso nos vamos a encargar el día de la reconciliación.
So when I'm sorry, the love letters are due May 1st. Are you guys going to be open? Because it is a Saturday.
Yes, and the idea is going to be just a drive-by, so my idea is to be outside. And I might have a couple of kids helping me out, especially the ones that they need more hours. Maybe we can utilize some of the kids to do that as well. Obviously, with adult supervision, the idea is to have a drive, so they don't even stop. They just drop the stuff. That's why it's important to have the name of the kid and the name of the catechist. Some of the kids, just like we did the toy drive.
Great, thank you. And about the donations for the cleaning supplies, when do you need that by? Or is it also going to be like a service project?
Last year we did it just because, and that was the day of the confirmation. But you know what? I like the idea. We can maybe do another drive and we can give them hours. Yes, let me figure it out. Maybe we can do another drive. My plan is to have a drive every month so we can assist the kids to get more hours.
Awesome,
Okay.
thank you so much.
Okay, so there's May 1st, which the kids could get a lot of hours doing different stuff, but I have a concern. The due date for everything is April 25th. So how's that going to work?
Yes, I know kids, right? I have been working. I mean, I was assistant principal in high schools. I know kids, right? If you don't give them a deadline, once you give them a deadline is when they start working, right? It's how it works. So we need to give them a deadline. So, oh yeah, hurry up! I need to do my service hours. So usually towards the end is when we have more service projects. Because I know kids. If we don't give them a deadline, they're gonna be sitting on their asses doing nothing. And we have plenty of online projects that they can do at home, and they don't need to wait until we have an activity, right? But in order to help them out, we will have a bunch of activities trying to assist them and the families to complete those 20 hours, which is honestly is not a lot.
Okay, so it's going to be okay for us to do all that stuff on May 1st?
Yes, if we have a kid with 0 hours and May the 1st, they're trying to make up all the hours, yeah, it's going to be tight. But if they're going to finish up their 20 hours with May 1st, it's going to be okay.
Thank you, sir.
Remember, paperwork and all that, the sponsor certificates and all that, super, super important. Eso sí, as soon as possible, let's get that done out of the way. And please, sometimes I have emails or phone calls like, Guillermo, I don't know if my sponsor turning in the documentation. Do me a favor, call them and ask them, hey, you already did it? Some of the sponsors are waiting, I don't know why. And right now, some of them, they don't have the documentation. So they need to call another parish to receive the documentation. So it's taking for a while. Last year, we have some of the sponsors that they couldn't sponsor because they didn't have the documentation. So please hurry up. And if you have a doubt, if you turn it in the bautismo certificate, easy peasy. Just grab your phone, take a picture, send it to my wife. Don't wait on me to double check. That will make it so much easier, especially because right now, with all the situation of the COVID, obviously Father Celino is limited the amount of servers in the church. So it's technically the same skeleton crew doing everything. So just to give you an idea, Saturday, I was here from 8 to 8. Today, I got here at 8, and I don't know what time I'm leaving, and today is my mom's birthday. Saturday, I was all day here. Friday, I was half day here, and it was my day off. But it's what it is, right? It's COVID times. I mean, there's no other way. And I'm doing it from the bottom of my heart because I'm also doing it. I'm protecting some of my parishioners because some of them are in hot waters in terms of medications and health issues and stuff. So it's a few of us doing technically everything. I'm not complaining. What I'm saying is we can help each other out in the sense of, let me send you, I don't know if Guillermo did it or not, let me send it again.